Today I am going to give y'all my predictions for this Sunday's NASCAR Cup Series race at the Indianapolis road course. This Sunday's race at Indianapolis will be a lot different than what we're used to for a typical race weekend at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard if you will. In years past, NASCAR has raced the traditional oval, 2.5 miles. But last year, the Xfinity Series tried a little test, I guess you can say, and they raced the road course, and that went extremely well. And NASCAR decided to put the Cup Series on that road course as well for the following season. And enough said of that, I'm also going to do a Pick 5 contest for this Sunday's race. And if you're new to the channel and wondering, how does a Pick 5 contest work? Well, it is pretty simple. All you're going to have to do is go down below to the comment section and type in who you think will finish in the top 5. If you go 5 for 5, you get an autograph of your choice. And if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card. So there you go. Comment down below to be entered. And also go check out Winning Bets, JB Racing News Reviews, and Righteous Redneck. But let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Before I give y'all my predictions for this Sunday's race at Indianapolis, I'm going to have to talk about this past weekend's race, which is held at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. And I'm not going to lie to you here. Heading into this past weekend's race at Watkins Glen, I was expecting a snooze fest and strategy to be given out to everybody. Everybody going to pit before the end of the stage so they can have a chance of winning the race. But boy, was I wrong. For one, racing was tremendous, a lot of side-by-side action. But two, strategy was all over the place and we saw many comers and goers. But let's talk about the start. At the start, we had a Penske 1-2-3 lineup. Keselowski, Logano, and Blaney. When they started, Blaney did not have the pace as the other two cars had, and he fell back. But Keselowski and Logano were 1-2. And eventually around, I think it was lap 9, going to lap 10, the competition caution, Keselowski was leading. And as he was going into the final turn, he spun out. And Logano got past, and the caution came out for the competition caution. And they put a big gap between, I think it was 6th place, and Keselowski only lost 5 spots. So, good deal there. Very fortunate. But throughout the race, Keselowski's car had gotten a lot worse, and he kept on spinning out by himself, which is kind of crazy, and it makes you think, what's going on over there at Team Penske with their brakes? But Keselowski spun out about 3 or 4 times by himself throughout the race, and Logano was back and forth in the top 3. The race kept on going, and we saw Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell, who started at the rear for the same exact reason, having their crew chiefs ejected. They came up front, and they did not go anywhere. Like Chase Elliott, for an example. He got up to 10th place, and he worked his way up through the pit cycle. But as soon as he got past Martin Truex Jr., he caught a ton of lap traffic, and he couldn't go nowhere. Christopher Bell was going for the lead and got spun out. Unfortunate deal there. But lap traffic played a big factor in getting Kyle Larson his 5th win of the season. Kyle Larson, right now, is going to be a driver to beat this upcoming weekend at Indianapolis. He's a great road racer, for one, and he's on a hot streak. But you got to remember, he won at Las Vegas. A big surprise there because he was suspended last year. So you would think him coming back, it would take some time to get going and up to speed. But he won Las Vegas early on and proved a lot of people wrong. And some races came by and he had an opportunity to win, but he blew it. And eventually the Coca-Cola 600 came around. And that race, he won in a dominating fashion. And the following weekend, they went to Sonoma to race at the road course out west. Kyle Larson put on a clinic there. And the following week, they went to Texas to race the All-Star race, and Kyle Larson won. And he, 1 week later, went to Nashville and won. And the following week, they went to Pocono. And Pocono, Kyle Larson was pretty much 1 turn away from winning the Pocono first race of the doubleheader. But he blew a tire, and his teammate Alex Bowman went past him and won the race. But since Pocono, Kyle Larson has yet to reach victory lane, which is kind of mind-blowing. But he has won at Watkins Glen, so Kyle Larson has some momentum on his side as he enters the Indianapolis road course race weekend. Ouch. But finishing runner-up to him will be his teammate Chase Elliott. Third place is Martin Truex Jr., pretty much up front throughout the day. Kyle Busch was fourth. Denny Hamlin was P5. And Denny Hamlin bringing home a top 5 finish yet again. That's really good because he's still going for the regular season championship. And you got to remember, if I'm not mistaken, that rewards the winner of the championship 30 playoff points. So that's equivalent to 6 wins. So Denny Hamlin has yet to win this year, but this will be a big deal if he can win this regular season championship. And also, if he doesn't, and there are 3 new winners, he's out of the playoffs. And that's why this championship right now is so big for him. He's going to have to go after points instead of wins, in my opinion. Driver of the week, in my opinion, will be Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe, man, he started in mid-pack, and his crew chief, Johnny Klossmeyer, had some great strategy going on. And the caution came out at the right time, and Briscoe pitted. And the stage went on, and it ended, and then the leaders pitted, and Chase Briscoe got up to third place, if I'm not mistaken. Truex, Stenhouse, and Briscoe. Briscoe on that restart made an aggressive move to get past Stenhouse, forced it 3 wide, and he lost a lot of ground there. But he still managed to hang on to a top 10 finish, which is pretty big in my opinion. He was running 10th place on the final lap before Ross Chastain ran out of fuel at the bus stop. So he got P9, a little lucky there, but Chase Briscoe is my driver of the week. As NASCAR heads into this race weekend at Indianapolis, there are a lot of unknowns going around the garage right now. Who's going to do good? Who's going to do bad? It's a big unknown. And all of us fans can only go off of is last year's Xfinity race, which was kind of a great race in my opinion. But you had Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger, and Austin Cindric racing in it. And if I'm not mistaken, these might be the only drivers racing in Sunday's race that raced in this inaugural race 1 year ago. So I give them the slight advantage, but you do have some drivers pulling double duty, like Kevin Harvick, for an example, Josh Bilicki, and so on. But Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger, and Austin Cindric especially, they're going to have the advantage over the field this Sunday in Indianapolis. But instead of that, let's get into my top 5. Winning this Sunday's race at Indianapolis will be the 14 car of Chase Briscoe. And this right here might sound a little crazy and mind-blowing, but think about it here. This is an unknown track. Anybody can win. He has experience at this track, and he's also won at this track last year. So Chase Briscoe can very well win here. But also, he's seeing all these different winners, unexpected winners. Eric Almirola, for an example. No one expected him to win, but he did. So why can't the same happen to Chase Briscoe this Sunday at Indianapolis? So Chase Briscoe goes to victory lane at the Indianapolis road course, his home track, and locks himself into the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. And technically he's not locked in yet because there can still be more winners, but I think he will get the nod if he were to win this race. Finishing runner-up to him will be the 9-car Chase Elliott for the second week in a row. Chase Elliott, man, coming up runner-up at these road course tracks is pretty devastating for him. Because he's known for winning these races, and Kyle Larson's been putting on clinics lately, but I think this time around it'll be Chase Briscoe putting on a clinic for him. Third place would be the 5 car of Kyle Larson, and finishing fourth would be the 18 car of Kyle Busch for the second week in a row. And rounding out your top 5 will be the 42 car of Ross Chastain, the watermelon guy. Chastain really good on the road courses. And it's going to build up some momentum because you got Michigan the following week, a great track for Chip Ganassi Racing. Because in the past, Kyle Larson, racing the 42 car, has won there multiple times. 2016, for an example, that's his first career win. He won in 2017, and so on. So the 42 car has a lot of history at Michigan International Raceway. And then the following week, you got Daytona, a big unknown. Anybody can win there. So Chastain, if he were to get a top 5 here, that'd be momentum that he needs. And my dark horse for this Sunday, and in weeks past, I always say a dark horse is a driver that's not going to win the race by any means, but will have a solid run. But this week, my dark horse has a great chance of winning the race, and it will be the 33 car of Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric right now is racing full-time in the Xfinity Series, and he's racing part-time in the Cup Series for Roger Penske. He's raced a handful of times this year. He raced Daytona 500, ran really well there. He ran Atlanta, Richmond, Coda, and the All-Star race, which he did not race in the race, but he did race in the Open and Road America. And this will be his final start of the season, so I'm sure he's going to want to go out with a bang, and I think he will. It might not be a win, but it could very well be a top 5 finish, which he can very well do, in my opinion, with the great car he's in and the great skill set he has. But there you go. There's my top 5 for this Sunday's race at the Indianapolis Road Course. Chase Briscoe winning, Chase Elliott finishing runner-up to him, Kyle Larson 3rd, Kyle Busch 4th, and Ross Chastain 5th, and my dark horse, Austin Cindric in the 33 car. But everybody, though, remember to please like and subscribe, and also go check out JB Racing News Reviews, Righteous Redneck, and Winning Bets. Everybody have a great one. Peace.